Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody. I'm chuckling because somebody watched me last night and they heard my introduction and they thought that was just the biggest thing. They say I'm a natural. I guess I am. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so excited to have you all join us tonight. I'm going to give you just a second to come on, and then we're going to bring on our first author for tonight. I'm excited. I'm so excited. This one's going to be really, really good. Really, really good. I hope everybody has had a fantastic day today. Um, Let me see. All right, there I am on the tube. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everybody is doing well. All right. So, you know what? I am one who I'm still going to go and do what I came to do, even if no one else joins. But somebody's on. Hello there. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sharla. How are you? How are you? Um, I am just incredibly thankful and grateful to just be alive today. First of all, and I am excited about all that God is doing in my life, and that He has blessed me to be able to have a business academy that I absolutely love. I'm so excited when those who are part of my academy, I'm excited when they win. And so, for those of you who are watching for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Candace B. Woods. I deem myself the mindset architect, and I have been blessed and purposed to help kingdom entrepreneurs and servant leaders design, plan, and develop a compelling vision for their lives and their businesses. And so tonight I have the honor and the pleasure and the privilege to introduce to you one of the amazing authors that I've had the pleasure of working with. And so we're going to get into her story and her journey in just a second. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring her on because she is waiting patiently on me to bring her on. So I'm excited. And so I'm about to bring on the lovely Latasha G. Matthews. There she is.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Tasha. I'm so
Hey, Coach.
excited. I'm so excited. So, hey, Latrice, good to see you. Good to see you. So, Tasha, now we kind of did a debrief before we actually got on the live tonight, but this is the thing. I had the pleasure of attending Tasha's book signing, which is her first event as an author on last weekend. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm so proud of you, Tasha, and how I wasn't, like I told you before, I wasn't surprised that everything was just really decorated really nicely. But what I absolutely loved was that you had so many people who were there supporting you and loving on you and just sharing in this moment with you. And so we're going to get into that just a little bit. But before we do that, I want to tell everybody a little bit about who you are, and a little bit about your book, okay? And so let me introduce you all, Latasha G. Matthews, okay? Latasha Matthews is a wife and a mother of two beautiful children. She resides with her family in the state of Sweet Home, Alabama. Latasha is passionate about inspiring, encouraging, and uplifting others. She has a natural gift of serving people with the love of Christ, and she does it effortlessly. Although she suffered a great deal in life, she uses her pain for purpose and turn every test into a testimony. In her spare time, she does outreach ministry. She reads, she journals, she writes, and most of all, she spends time with her family and friends. And there's only one additional thing that I think she left out of that, and that is the girl got a mean, mad chicken salad. And I had the pleasure of trying that last weekend at the event. And so she's also an amazing caterer, and she is just loved by so many people. So everybody, if you would just take a moment, I know we're virtual, but just give her a hand clap. Welcome her on. Let her know that you are congratulating her and excited for her. Latrice says congratulations.
Thank
And
you, Latrice.
Tasha says hello. Hello, hello. Thank you, ladies. Sharla is giving you a round of applause out there. So we're excited for you, Tasha. And I am excited to have you on and to share your amazing book with everybody. You guys, let me tell you a little bit about Tasha in this book. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to go ahead and, that's what they do. Can y'all see that pretty good? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? So, Tasha, she's written a book called Momentum, and it is a 52-week devotional, and it's designed really to start your week off with momentum, right? And so each entry is, you start on a Monday, right? And it's just something for you to read, to apply to your life. And it's a way for you to just start your week off just in prayer. You have scriptures in here, you have a journal in the back. And so it's just really a small but very powerful book for you to get a copy of, which, by the way, you can do so by going to the website BIYauthors.com. Let me go ahead and help y'all. I'm going to put it down there at the bottom so you can see it very clearly. And so I want you to copy your copy. Go ahead and get it, because I promise you it's going to bless your life. And you can get copies of the other authors' books as well through that particular website. But that said, I had the pleasure of meeting Tasha through a mutual friend. People know her as Donna, but I call her Donta, right? And so Donta is a very good friend of mine. She's my sister in Christ. And she introduced Tasha and I to each other. And so we started on this journey a couple of years ago, just working together. And I'm not going to I'm not going to tell all of her business and her circumstances for wanting to work with me. But we started working together because she knew that she had a book inside of her. And so she questioned whether or not she was really going to be able to birth that book. And so we got started. We started working together. And then life happened, right? And some life issues took place. And so she had to slow things down because, we had to take care of ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically. And so she needed to take some time to just take care of herself. And then, some time had passed. COVID came along. Hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Your girl's on now, huh? and so some time passed. COVID came along. We kind of got past that season. And I remember Tasha contacting me again earlier part of the year. And she said, Coach, I know I took a break. I took some time out, but I'm ready. And I said, you sure you ready? And she says, I'm ready. And I'm gonna let her kind of tell you the rest of the story with that. But we began to work together, and I was determined and she was determined that this book was going to happen. And honey, it happened. And so I couldn't be more excited for you. And we're going to talk to you guys a little bit and share a little bit about her process and her journey. But first of all, I want to ask a question to you, Tasha. Tell us what inspired you to write this book.
Well, to be honest, I send out these momentum words of encouragement every week, and I've
Yeah.
been doing it for years. And the book that I knew I had inside of me isn't actually this book.
Mhm.
Like it was it was a whole nother ball game. But like Coach said, life happened, and one day we was just talking. Of course, like she said, life happened, and I kept pushing stuff away. I ended up losing my nephew in the New Year's of 2020, and then again I pushed everything to the side again. But I knew that I had to get this book out because I just had to, because I know my story would touch a lot of people. But one day, me and Coach was doing our one-on-one, and she was like, Tasha. And I thought she was going to fuss at me, but that wasn't it. She was like, you already got a book.
Mhm.
She said, you got a book already. She said, these devotionals that you send me out every week, she said, that's a book right there.
Mhm.
And so she gave me an ultimatum. She said it wasn't an ultimatum, but y'all, it was. And she literally kicked me and just told me, look, like this is what we finna do. Like
Mhm.
I'm giving you. Well, she asked me how much time I needed, and I told her at least 2 months, to get it out. She said 2 months, you already got it. Like we gonna get this done in a month's time. And I'm like, wait a minute, now what? But I'm just so grateful for my coach, because if she hadn't gave me that push, like I probably would still be sitting here debating on should I do it or not because of doubt and fear, which
Mhm.
have held me from doing a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's what inspired me to do it. But I do it every week.
Mhm.
Everybody that's in my contact list, like they get a message every Monday morning between 5:30 and 6:30. And it's just a jump that I send out. And a
Mhm.
lot of the times, y'all, I do it for myself. I'm
Mhm.
preaching to myself. I'm trying to help myself, but I share it with others, to help them along the way. And
Yeah.
it has helped a lot of people. And so I am really grateful that I am now an author.
Yes, you are, honey. Yes,
Like
you are.
I cannot believe it, but my coach also told me 6 months ago.
Mhm.
She told me, she said, in 6 months, she said, you won't even notice yourself.
Mhm.
And I told her, like, Donna had did this prayer challenge, y'all.
Mhm.
And I think it was for like 3 days, but I really dug in because I don't have a issue with praying, but I do have a fear of praying aloud and in front of people. And
Mm.
it helped me a whole lot, to go through that. And it helped me to see myself the way God sees me. And like I told Coach earlier, like it has given me a new walk. Like I
Mhm.
don't mean to like brag or anything, but if you knew my story, like y'all could understand my praise a little bit more.
Mm.
Those who don't, but
Mhm.
like it's like I'm walking on clouds
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
because it took a whole lot, like, for me to really realize how loved I am,
Mm-hmm.
how worthy I am, and how important I am in the eyes of God. And so once once I jumped on board with that, it's like, look, I don't care what you see, I don't care what you see, like, but I'm fixing to give y'all
Mm-hmm.
what God sees. And
Mm-hmm.
I ain't apologizing for it no more.
You better not. You better not. Oh my goodness, Tasha. Like Lord, I'm gonna try to keep it together because you know how we do when we get together. Like we just, we just a bucket of tears. But I love your testimony. And a lot of times as a coach, um, I'm privy to the matters of the heart from my clients because we talk very intimately and openly. And I'm so thankful that all of you trust me with that, and you trust me with the matters of your heart, and you trust me with, you know, just sharing your thoughts and your fears with me. And it's just such a blessing. And I believe, and as I was sharing with you before we hopped on tonight, I was talking about how I believe that God shows me oftentimes and speaks to me in a way that I can reveal and speak to others his heart. And that's my ultimate goal, is to help us all see ourselves through the eyes of God, right? That's what's so important, because you can't fulfill your purpose, your God-given purpose, until you connect with him on a deeper level. And it's oftentimes in our pain that we start to think, and this has been a constant theme this week, about how we find ourselves in painful moments, and we think that somehow God is punishing us, or that he doesn't, that we're not qualified to be who he's called and created us to be. But it's in those painful moments that God really qualifies us for the assignment that he has for us to do and be. And so I'm just so thankful and grateful for you. You persevered, you kept going, you kept pushing. And yeah, I had to come for you once or twice, because I ain't hear from you enough. I was just like, hey, and so one of the things that I think you and I started this, because I don't do it often with people, but you were just one of those people that I just said, you know what, you stuck with me. You're stuck with me, and I'm coming for you. If I don't hear from you, you don't respond to my text messages. If I call and you don't answer or return it in 24 hours, I'm coming to I'm coming to Watauga, okay? I gotta put my eyes on you. And you were just one of those people that, both Donna and I said that too, because I knew if I couldn't come, Donna was definitely gonna come, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
And she don't play either.
oh, she don't play. She does not play. But that's the thing I think is important for us to realize, that um God has a greater plan for us. And so I'm so thankful that you decided to grab hold of the words that were spoken over your life, and you were able to apply it, and you did your thing, honey. Like I told you, I was like, no ma'am, I'm giving you 4 weeks. I expect this and this at that particular point. And then we'll go from there. We'll talk about the rest then. But I knew you already had the content, so it wasn't like you had to go and make up anything. And you even had a roadblock along the way, because didn't you lose some of the content, and you had to
Yep.
start back
Start
over?
all the way over.
Yeah, but you kept going. Tasha, you kept going. You kept going. You did not quit. and we were able to get that thing together in record time. So kudos to you for that. So when you think about just writing your book, who do you think you had in mind? Like, who did you write those, like those weekly, text messages, like who did you have in mind when you would write those particular messages? Because I know you said that a lot of it was to you, but who were you thinking about?
To be honest, I was thinking about me,
Mm-hmm.
but when I sent it out, like, it's for everybody, like
Mm-hmm.
all of God's people, like, because we all hurt, we
Mm-hmm.
all go through it. Um, a lot of us suffer in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're not open to um, really accept love and like true love, like genuine love. And like, I just knew like if I could help myself while helping other people,
Mm-hmm.
like, to be honest, y'all, that's what helped me the most. And don't let people reply back and be like, you must was in my mind, like you what's going on? Like, I felt like this one was just for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it got to a point to where like people was like, hey, do you care if I share these messages? I don't care. Like, and a lot of people, they tell me to this day, like, they never, as long as they've been receiving these messages from me, they said, I never thought that, and I don't mean to sound mean, but I never thought that this was something that you was writing. I always thought it was something that you pulled from somewhere else or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I'm like,
Wow.
no, but I really do thank y'all. Like, literally Sunday evenings before I go to bed, I ask God, like, if it's something that's not on my heart, I'm like, Lord, can you give me something,
Mm-hmm.
to help the people? And I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And um, I'm just grateful that I can be a help to other people, even while suffering, I was still
Yeah.
being a help to a whole lot of people. And like I said, that's what pushed me and kept me going even more.
Yeah, yeah. That's so good. That's so good. And again, it's just a universal word that I think we've heard several times this week. There's a thing that I do and it's called teacher fear, right? And I encourage all of us to do that, and so even in our, some of our challenges, I would say, hey, go live one night, put yourself out there, go live and teach the one thing that you're afraid of. And what happens is a lot of times it shifts our mindset and shifts us from a perspective of being someone who's in it to now of someone who's in the forefront of it, leading others out of it, right? I'm leading myself out of it because if you're like me, I said this last night, I am someone who likes to lead by example. And I don't try to tell you anything that I'm not doing myself, that I haven't tried myself or applied to my own life, because I'm not one who's comfortable with teaching something that I haven't done, that I haven't tried on my own. And that's what I really wanted for you all to begin to understand, how important it is to understand your issue, whatever that may be, whatever that fear is, understand it, learn about it. And that's how you grow out of it, because now you learn, you understand better what it's like, to be in it, because now you see it from different perspectives. And so now you can teach others on how to come out of that. And so I love the fact that you were doing it, and I don't even think you even realized it at the moment that was what you were doing. But I do believe that God strategically placed you in certain circumstances so that you can understand how to identify those you're called to serve and lead. And so that's and you are a leader. whether you know it or not. You are a leader, and there's definitely ministry inside of you. So I'm excited about the journey ahead for you. And I want people to really understand and know you do not have to come into the program with it all figured out. That's part of my job as the coach. I help you figure it out. I help you figure it out. I help you use what you already have. And I help you put it and create a vision around it to how you can create a book. How can you create something from it, you know? And so that's part of my role as your coach. So I'm excited that you mentioned that part of your story. So that said, you've been a part of Destiny University for a little while. You've been a part of the BIY Writers Lab program. And so I haven't talked about this part of the experience because everybody's kind of talked about the content. They've talked about, you know, how it was a pretty simple process, right? For you, it got to be a little of an accelerated process, right? Because we didn't actually go through the steps as I normally would with you, because I was like, look, we got to get this done. So let's accelerate this a little bit. But there was a part of the process that you engaged in successfully, and it has been very fruitful for you. And so that part is the pre-sale process. And so there is a pre-sale process that I encourage you all to do. And that is before you actually complete your book. So before the book is completed, we go ahead and launch your book out and announce it. You gave teasers, you went ahead and you got your headshots done, you set up your pictures on social media. You were an author before you became an author. And you encompassed that and you showed up as an author. And as a result of that, you sold quite a few books since launching your book in November,
The end of October.
end of October. So the end of October, roughly, we're looking at a month and a half or so before you've sold quite a few books. So I would like for you to share that process. Like, what was it like to kind of do that pre-sale process, and how many books have you sold?
That was the easy part for me, I guess, because I don't know, like I share a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I have a lot of people already that I've helped along the way so far. And so like I said, when coach gave me that kick in the butt, like it's you gotta go. Like I didn't waste no time because I knew she was through playing with me. And so what I did, I soon as I got my headshots done, the cover of my book, I went on ahead and I posted it on social media. And I only posted it on Facebook because, y'all, I'm not familiar. Well, I'm familiar with Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok, but I haven't gotten into that part yet. But I posted it, and it was like, I think I sold like 50 books in 24 hours, like
I think
pre-sale.
almost 80 books really in 24 hours. Yeah.
And it was like a domino effect, really.
Yeah.
And all I did was I posted it, and I had other people sharing it. I was just promoting myself, like putting it out there. And like I said, a lot of people already received my weekly messages already. So they was like, oh, now if this devotional gonna be like what you sending me weekly, like I gotta. So I had other people like cheering me on and just share my post, and that was more than enough right there. Like nobody
Yeah.
don't know how much one share can help you.
Yes.
And I've
That's so
sold,
good.
I've ordered another set of books, which was 150. And when we did our first one, we ordered 175. And I don't have any more books, y'all. I don't have
Oh,
any
wow.
more. And so, like,
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Tasha, I'm telling you, like, and and it's nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. You didn't do anything just major. All you did was share what you had with those that you loved, and you've sold roughly 300 copies, give or take, right?
yeah.
And it hadn't even been 2 months almost, roughly. So I said that to say she's an author, a new author. She's never written a book before. She's she's not that visible on social media. She don't have all these thousands of followers. She's simply a woman of God who has just been taking care of her family, who's gone through some things, who was just in a place where she was just ready to allow God to use her. And she invested in herself. She listened to her coach, and she was obedient to God, and God has literally returned her investment 3 times over.
Mm-hmm.
3 times over, and she's just getting started. She's just getting started. So when I say to you guys, yes, there is an investment into this program. And for some people, it may be a lot of money, right? But the process that I share and the strategies that I share, if you follow them, you will get a return of your investment and have enough to order copies of your book, and even set up your own book signing event. Like, your business will begin to pay for itself. That's the goal. I don't want you to think that you have to go into business and you got to keep paying out of pocket and paying out of pocket. If you do it correctly, and if you follow the system and the strategies, your business will begin to pay for itself. That's what I want us to understand. And I love that. And you followed the process. I'm so proud of you. Like, you did that thing. And she followed the process, and now she gets it. She knows what she needs to do. She knows that she has to show up. She knows that she has to continue to move forward into the process. And so now I am beginning to see this bold, vibrant, confident woman of God who knows who she is and who's now seeing herself through the eyes of God. So I'm so, so, so proud of you, Tasha. I love you so much.
I love
And
you too.
the best is yet to come. And so I want you to tell us before we go, what's next for you. Like, what are some things that you have coming up? And I know you just told me something. You don't have to reveal that part, but let's just say she might have a really great opportunity coming up that I might have to kind of coach her in
You're
to
gonna
accept
definitely
it.
have to.
To accept it. But when I tell you, when you start showing up, and I tell clients all the time, I'm like, look, when you write this book, more is going to come for you. So I need for you to wrap your mind around that. Because it's not just going to start and stop with this book. You're going to start getting opportunities. You're going to start getting interviews. You're going to start getting speaking opportunities. You're going to start God is going to build momentum. And so this is kind of like the gateway into the kingdom marketplace. So tell us a little bit about what you have coming up. Just anything that you have a desire to do moving forward.
Well, as far as the speaking engagements, like I have gotten a couple. One, I don't even want to. I'm not gonna speak on it just yet, but it is a oh Lord, something I'm not ready for, but I know I gotta get ready.
Yeah.
And I just keep telling myself, like, God sees that I'm trying. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when He sees that I'm trying, like, He'll handle the rest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I, I really haven't. Like, did have one speaking engagement that I was invited to, but I turned it down because of the fact that I get kind of nervous when I speak in crowds or um, get put on the spot. But
Mm.
I'm gonna accept from here on out,
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
we
I
are.
can't I can't wait to share the next thing God has in store for me, which may really put me out there for real. Um, and I gotta tell y'all this. I know a lot of people are my friends on Facebook, but last week I ship my orders out once a week that I get online, and I had an order, y'all, from Chelsea, London. Like I can't even
Wow.
pronounce it. And I'm like, tears just rolling down my eyes because I'm like, who is this lady? Like, I don't even
Wow.
know who she is
Wow.
or
Wow.
how she
Wow.
found me. I'm sure it's, of course, social media. Like, that's why I'm like, it don't take but somebody sharing your post. And I'm so grateful for those that do. And I'm just sitting back and I'm ready for whatever God has next for me. But I am working on my second book already, and I'm really I'm really excited about this one because it really gives you a lot more of things that I've actually walked through since my childhood, but most of all, what started when I lost my mom back in 2015. So
Yeah.
I've been giving little nuggets, but um, I'm putting my all into it this time. Like I really procrastinated and I let fear and doubt um, stop me from giving my full potential. So this time around, like I'm going full force.
Yes.
I ain't worried
Yes.
about what I ain't got. I ain't worried about who gonna support me because I ain't got to. Like when what I saw this weekend and over the past month and a half, like when you trust God totally, like he's gonna reward you at the
Yes.
end. And all it takes is you seeing and believing what
Yeah.
he already had planned for you.
Yeah. Amen. Amen, amen. Thank you for that, Tasha. I am so
You
proud of
welcome.
you. I am just so excited for you and all that God has for you moving forward. I was just so blessed to see so many people love on you this past weekend. And I'm just grateful that I was able to come and support you. I haven't been able to do that for everybody, and it really bothers me when I'm not able to come and support everybody. But I'm glad I was able to make it happen for you. And so I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you
I
so
love you
much for
too.
coming on, and I will see you next time. And so we have the lovely Sharla Webb coming up. Sharla, if you're able, go ahead and hop on, click on that link and hop on. And so we'll see you later, Tasha.
Bye, y'all.
See you later. All right. So I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. If you want a copy of Tasha's book, Momentum, you can get your copy by just clicking on the link BIYauthors.com. I promise you it's there and she is ready to send you your copies. But in the meantime, y'all, she just said she only has 10. So let's go ahead, cop those copies tonight, and then she can go, and she's gonna go ahead and get a new order. And she's gonna continue to sell these books. And so I appreciate you guys for joining us. I have another amazing author, honey. Look, let me tell you something. Like, I look, honey, look, I'm trying to compose myself. Oh my goodness, because our final author, we gonna go out with a bang, y'all. Because I have the pleasure and the privilege and the honor of introducing to you all the Christian cook, Miss Sharla Webb.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Sharla.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you, Sharla.
Oh no. How are you, Coach?
I'm great. I've been missing you. I've been missing you, but and it's always a joy when we get on our Zoom calls. We have to kind of hone it in, and we have to, we gotta act right. We gotta be professional.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm not making any promises.
Well, good deal. Well, you guys, look, Tasha got me over here in tears. I'm trying to stop.
I said, no, I'm not.
I'm trying to stop. Like, I've been doing really well all week, right? Really well all week. But tonight I knew that when I was gonna share a couple of tears. But anyway, I'm so grateful and thankful to have you on tonight. Y'all, let me tell you all a little bit about Sharla. I had the pleasure of meeting Sharla. I was in her DMs, y'all. I went in her DMs one day, right? And Sharla and I happened to be a part of where we were both a part of a particular group at one particular point. And I don't know if she was a current member at that time or if she just left the group. But anyway, I was prospecting, right? That's a part of business that we do as entrepreneurs when you're going out and you're looking for people who need what you have, right? And so there was a part of the process where I prospect. And so I go out and I look for my people, right? And I tell my clients all the time, y'all, we can't wait for people to come to us. Sometimes we have to go to them, right? And so that was what I was doing. And so I was just connecting with different people, just introducing myself, just kind of building relationships through social media. And I happened to run across Miss Sharla Webb. And we instantly connected. And we just kind of chatted a little bit, and I sent her a video message just to let her know I'm a real person. I ain't trying to scam you. I'm real, right? And we connected, and Sharla and I got on that first call. And I don't get this often, y'all. I don't think I've ever really gotten this reaction or response, but in that moment, I remember getting on the call with Sharla, and she said, "You know what? I think you're the right one for me. You who I've been looking for because you scare me." Oh my goodness. And when she said that, I was like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I'm supposed to be what? Like how, but I knew that she knew she was in good hands. And I have been so blessed to connect with Sharla. Marilyn is literally laughing right now. But I can tell you, when she became a part of this university, not that we weren't already having a whole lot of fun, because we're a fun group of believers anyway. We love on each other. We enjoy each other. But honey, let me tell you, when Sharla Webb fell up in there, honey, she brought a different level of anointing, and there was a different level of pizzazz and jazziness that she brings. And so I'm just so honored to have you a part of this university.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful and thankful to be able to connect with you. God has already done some amazing things in your life.
Yes.
And he's just taking you higher and higher and higher. And so I'm a hush, but I want you to tell the people a little bit, because I don't think I can do your introduction really.
I think you can.
You think I can? Okay, so
Go for it, Coach.
let me tell you all about chef and author
Yes.
Sharla J. Webb. Okay, so Sharla, she's in Grandview, Missouri. Right? Did I get that
Yes.
right?
Grandview, Missouri. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, I got it right. I got it right. And so Charlotte's in Grandview, Missouri. She is the Christian cook. She has, Lord, I forgot. I meant to have them right here. She has her own seasonings. She
Yes.
has cookbooks. Honey, look, I didn't do you any. I don't have your stuff. I should have had your stuff
No.
right
Now
here.
we're gonna have to do this differently now. We don't have a script, so we're just gonna go with the flow, right?
Yeah, but she has cookbooks. She has so many things. A podcast. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, honey. Because because we love you and we support you in everything that you do. But she is just such an amazing influencer. Lisa says, look, she is a wonderful cook too.
Love you,
Like
Lisa.
when I tell you all. I haven't tried her food. I'm planning to, even if I have to come to Grandview to do it, right? But she has this way and this gift of presenting her food that is just like amazing to me. It's like, how do you do it? How do you do it? I don't know, but I know that it's a gift from God. And so she's
It
a
is.
mother of two amazing young men. She's an amazing and powerful woman of God. So you guys, I could go on and on and on about her. I love her so much, but she is the author, and the reason why she's here with us tonight is she's the author of the book Translucent, which is a 31-day devotional where she wants to help us learn how to really and truly encompass a full relationship with God, the fullness of God. So I love that. I think her platform is that's what it's really all about. So she's gonna draw you in to just understanding who God really is through her food, through her ministry, through her books, through her platforms. Everything she does is inspired by God. So welcome to the call. Welcome to the
Yes,
call,
yes. Thank you.
Miss
Thank you.
Sharla. I'm so excited for you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited for you. And so we know that Translucent is in printing as we speak.
As we speak,
As we speak. Yes,
it is,
ma'am.
yes, it'll be hot off the press in the morning, baby.
Yeah. I love it. I'm so excited. I
Yes,
cannot wait until I get it in my hands.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
I just, and y'all know when I get books, I get excited as if I had never written or read or anything with the book projects. And so I'm excited and I can't wait to get Translucent in my hands. But I want you to take a moment to just tell us a little bit about the book Translucent, because this is the thing: translucent and transparency go hand in hand,
They
right?
do. They do.
And there's a level of vulnerability that you have to be translucent and to be transparent. And
Yeah.
so what motivated you to write this book, Sharla? What brought that on?
Well, I was going through some. I really don't know why I wrote it, other than in the beginning, I was just writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day, God told me to write a book. He had given me several books to write, but Translucent, he said, write this book. Leave the other ones alone and get this one written. And so
Mm-hmm.
he gave me the title Translucent. And so what Translucent is, it's a bunch of different writings that I have written. Some are little poems, things that I have gone through emotionally, physically, and then some things that other people that have gone through it as well. And so I put everything in a book. And basically what Translucent is me being real with myself but with God first. Being authentic, being transparent, being real, and just not being fake. It's true stories in there. Just
Yeah.
a few snippets of things that I've gone through and other people have gone through as well. And writing it was hard for me because I had to face those things that are now being printed on that paper. I went through those things, and the things that I didn't go through, I saw others go through. And so I wrote about it. But the majority is something that I went through. And
Yeah.
so it's been rough. I've been attacked by the enemy several times, because he doesn't want me to get it out, because I know from the book Translucent, other things are coming.
Yes.
And so I know that when I do something that God tells me to do and I know it's right, I get attacked immediately in all areas of my life. Not only one, everything. And so that's how Translucent was birthed. I had taken some writings that I had done from way back in 2015, some things that I had done, gone through, wrote about them. And so God was showing me these things, put this in the book, put this in the book. I'm like, I wrote that years ago, but it was still relevant for today.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that it happened to me years and years ago. You would think it happened to me recently, but there it is.
Wow. I love it, Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa says
Breakthrough.
breakthrough. Come
Yes,
on
ma'am.
through. Yeah. Yeah. And I do believe that once people get the book in their hands, that that's exactly what they're going to experience.
Yeah.
And I think, as we draw closer to Christ, because that's the purpose of this book, is to help you learn how to draw closer to him, a closer walk with him.
Right.
There's a song, y'all, I'm a Baptist. I grew up Baptist, right? But there's a hymn that we used to sing coming up, just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Walk with me, Lord, walk with me. And that's what it is that we need to do. We need to learn how to continue to walk and engage and communicate with Christ. And I love how you, as the Christian cook, as an author, as a podcast host, you encompass this comfort, just opening up this comfortable place to be transparent and to be vulnerable and to be yourself. Like, you came in just being Sharla and, just being who you are. And instantly we were drawn to you because there's just something about you that is gravitating, right? And so I love that. And I believe that other people are going to experience you through this book.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah.
And it's a 31-day devotional and journal. And it is to help you get closer to God. And as I was writing it, as I was saying, it was for me, because my journey now is to also get a closer relationship with God. So it's helping me. And that's why it was sort of hard, because he was like, listen, because I can be hard-headed, and we've had our conversations. You are already know. And Lisa, don't you say nothing.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. You just being translucent right now.
That's all I'm being translucent. Listen, and in the book also, there's some teachings that I had actually taught in church. And so the ones that I think there's maybe 3 or 4 in there. You get one every 7 days or something. And so they're pretty long, but those are actually sermonettes that I actually taught over the years. And so I just pray that it helps people really, really look at themselves, through what I've written. Just kind of put yourself in that situation. What would you do? You can write that down. How would you handle that? So there's some questions. What scripture comes to mind? Is there a prayer that you want to write down? So those are the things that's in the book and that should help you get closer to God. And so it's helping me as well. And that's why I can't wait till I get it in my hands, because I'm going to read it every day. Take the journey myself.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I definitely believe that, I too am going to utilize a lot of the tools that you all are creating, just, yourself and Donna and Shalimar and Karen. All of you are giving us guides and tools and resources that we can use in order to aspire towards a closer walk with Christ. And so as a as the leader of DU, I always like devotionals, and sometimes we engage in daily devotionals and things like that. So I'm definitely going to take more time to use the anointing and the power that's already in the group. So I'm going to be encouraging us to use your journal and devotional, and we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it throughout the year. So we're going to definitely do that. So there's a story that you shared. Tasha talked about Donna's prayer group that happened, right? And there's a story that you even shared on your podcast and also in the book, right? That you talk about how the enemy tried to take your voice.
Yeah, the enemy tried to take so many things from me. It's crazy, but you're gonna make me cry, because this is I was just talking about this to somebody earlier today. But as a little girl, he even tried to take my voice. As a little girl, he would try to stop me. Well, let me back up. I came from a situation, or I'll say when I was growing up, I was always told a lot. I won't say always, but a lot. I was told to be quiet, shut up. We're not talking to you. Keep your mouth shut. And so for me, that's what I did. And I know it was the trick of the enemy, and so I shut down. And so recently, speeding it up, I'll just say here in 2021, I was on a prayer call with you. And so after we got off the prayer call, God spoke to me clearly, and he said, record a prayer. I didn't want to record the prayer. And I was thinking in my mind, like, why? I just got off prayer with Coach Candace. Why do I need to do this? So I tried to get on Facebook, and the phone went blank. The screen was blank. I couldn't see anything. So I said, okay, I hear you. I'm going to go ahead and record this prayer. So I recorded the prayer. And as soon as I was done, God said, now play it back. I said, okay, yes, sir. So I played it back and I began to listen to it. And so I'm listening to it, and the voice I was hearing, I enjoyed this voice. And I said, wow. I said, that's me. And I'm listening, and I said, for the first time, I like my voice. I like what I'm hearing. Because in the past, and this is something that I had never shared with anyone until that day, and you were the first one. And so I never liked my voice. I hated my voice. I didn't like the way I sounded. I hated to hear it played back on a video or recording or anything. And I also didn't really like the way that I looked. But in that moment, God told me, he said, I need you to hear your voice the way I hear it. And so my mind was blown. I'm like, wow. And so I said, okay, God. And so all these memories from childhood started to come back, and he was healing me and delivering me from that in that moment. And it almost took me out. And I said, really, God? And so from that, I know now that I have to use my voice. I have something to say, and people are going to listen to what I have to say too. And if you don't want to hear it, then it's not for you. Go on your way. But those that want to hear what I have to say, then I have something for you. And I've been running away from speaking because I didn't want to hear myself. I didn't, think I was good enough. I didn't think I sound, who wants to hear what I have to say? They don't want to hear what I have to say. But now, since God said what he said, then I have to do it. And it's going to get done one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I mean, you might as well embrace it because,
girl,
I look, you know how I am.
Yes, I know how you are, Coach. Yes.
You might as well embrace your voice because millions are going to hear it. So you might as well embrace it. And I just believe that. I believe that. And I believe that the enemy never attacks anybody who God is not going to use. That's the thing. God knows. I know the thoughts and the plans that I have for you, says the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
My plans are to give you, not to harm you, but to give you a future and a hope, right? But the thing about it is the enemy, he kind of knows what's ahead for you as well. And so I've learned, and I always try to make sure that I look at things in life from a perspective of knowing that the enemy knows he cannot stop God. That's already been proven because he was kicked out of heaven a long time ago.
Right.
But he knows that he can influence you.
Mm-hmm.
But he also knows that he can only take that influence so far. God is only going to allow him to do so much. And so there are moments in our lives when the enemy had to get permission to bother you. He had to get permission to bother you because God says, go ahead. That's just my service, Sharla. That's just, she gonna pass the test. Don't worry about it. I ain't bothered. I'm not bothered. And if she don't get it this time, she will.
Yeah.
She fall this time. She might listen to that this time, but she ain't gonna ever get too far away from me that she's not gonna come back. She knows my voice.
That's right.
She knows my voice, right? And I think that's what's so important for us to understand. Many of us, and this is what I wrote down, many of us are in a place where God is strategically helping us to find our voice.
Mm-hmm.
Strategically.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what happened for you that morning. It was like, wow, I'm starting to find my voice. I'm starting to realize that I have something significant to say, that now that I'm living out my purpose, I'm walking in my gifting. And even if the vision isn't fully clear, the fact that you're still obedient, the fact that you're still persevering, the fact that you're still pushing forward out of your faithfulness, that is what that's how God is going to bless you. Mm-hmm. Only those of us who are faithful in a few things, that's who God will make rulers over much. Right. And so you're showing yourself faithful.
I am.
You are. Look, I ain't finna get in no coaching session with you. Okay. I will. I'll be like, Sharla, now look now. You are showing your faithfulness, and the more that you show up, and the more that you press through, and even though I know sometimes it's been difficult to smile,
it has, yeah,
but you still do it, and you look so lovely doing it.
Thank you.
You really do.
But
there's a greater calling on your life, Sharla. There really is. There's a greater calling on your life. And God is still gradually taking you through this process to get you to it. And so you got to keep going. You got to keep pressing. You got to keep believing. And there's going to be a lot of exposing of the enemy, right? And revealing to you who's for you and who's not for you. And I know that's hard, right? Because there are people that we really wanted to come with us, Sharla, but they can't go. They just can't go. They cannot go, right?
The Holy Spirit about to show up in a minute.
They can't go.
I'm
telling you, they cannot go. So he had to strip them because we'll take them with us. We'll take them with us, and they'll mess up some stuff. But he had to strip them from us, and that hurts. That hurts.
It does.
That
It hurts bad.
Yes, but he's protecting your destiny. He's protecting your purpose. And I don't know who else needs to hear that. That was necessary for somebody. And I think it must have been a Miss Lisa King, because it's, wow, you all are blessing me. Right?
Amen. Amen.
Right. And so just that moment, Sharla, just that moment, that transparent moment where you shared your testimony of God beginning to force you to listen to your voice so that you can hear what he hears. Oh my God.
My God.
You can hear it, like, daughter, look, oh my God, let me let you hear what I'm hearing over here. Like, wait a minute. That is music to my ears.
Yes.
That's music to my ears.
Yes.
That's love. That's love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you love me, daughter. If you only saw what I had on the other side of this, if you only knew what I had on the other side of this, waiting for you. If you only knew, Lisa, both the Lisas on the call, if you only knew what God had on the other side waiting for you. And I ain't talking about heaven. It's coming to you before you get there.
Amen.
Okay, you're going to experience it on this side of heaven.
Yes.
Not many days hence. But if only you knew. If only you knew. And that's what I want us to begin to hold on to, when God gives us a glimpse of it. And there have been moments when we've talked, and I know that a spoken word has come, over your life many times. And it's hard to see sometimes, like, wait, honey, because what I'm dealing with right now this ain't nowhere near that. But we just got to keep pressing.
Yeah,
and that's what I believe translucent is really all about. That's what I believe it's really all about. Is how do you keep pressing in the midst of wanting to give up, when you have every reason to give up, why you should keep going, why you gotta keep going, why you gotta keep pressing.
Yeah, and it's also to let people know that we're not alone. Some things that I've gone through, other people have gone through, maybe into different degrees, but we've all gone through some hell. We've all had to go through the process. We've all gone through hurt and drama and trauma and death and all that. But if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm really learning now that using that pain for purpose, because in the beginning, when I first started hearing it, I said, I don't want to use my pain for purpose. What do you put? No, but now I get it. I get it 100%. I get it. And so I'll use it the way that God tells me to use it. And I've been doing it and didn't know I was doing it.
And wasn't getting paid to do it, but that's been a change. Bless the Lord. Okay,
hallelujah. But I've gone through some things, and it's so you're not alone. You're not alone, and I wanted people to understand that, and I wanted them to identify with some of the things that I've gone through, to really understand that, okay, well, she went through it, and just get into just when you read in Translucent, get into God. Just invite God. Like I tell people with Cooking with Jesus, invite Jesus in. Invite him in. Invite him in and let him do it, because he will. But you have to be open. You have to be willing and ready and able, and you have to desire God.
Yes.
First and foremost, you have to desire God. You have to want him there, because he's not going to force himself upon you. If he tells you something, you like, because I've done it before. I push God away. He's like, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So
yes,
it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
But it's so necessary. It's so necessary, because I truly believe you're tapping into your assignment. You're tapping into your assignment. And God is going to He's going to reveal why you had to go through what you've gone through.
Ooh, yeah.
It's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Not many days hence, it's going to make sense. It's
I'm
going to
ready
make
for it.
sense. It's
Yeah,
going
because
to make sense.
this year, 2021, has been for me a year of learning,
Mm-hmm.
learning and growing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah, and when I think about just when we think about growing and growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of life, and I think it was somebody, might have been Shalimar, might have been Shalimar. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody I was listening to the other day who talked about how their child had to either go to the emergency room or go to the doctor. But anyway, she's going through pain because she's growing, right?
Yeah,
Growing.
growing
She's
pains.
growing. So she's having growing pains. And so,
Mm-hmm.
these joints in her knees and she's growing. So she's experiencing pain.
Come on, Coach.
Honey, look, I have talking about y'all books. I feel my book coming
Okay.
out, right?
Yes.
She's going through pains right now because she's growing, because
Mm-hmm.
she has to grow, right?
Yeah, she's being stretched.
She's being stretched.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of that process. Now, we all stretch when we're trying to go to the gym and we're trying to warm up our limbs and stuff, but there's a part of the growth process that even stretching won't help.
Oh,
It's not going to help because it's a part of the process. You got to go through the pain in order to grow.
that's right.
And that's what many of us try to avoid. And I want to we try to avoid it, but it's necessary in our growth, because if we don't grow, it delays our development.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, look, I ain't fixing to get into that. Look, I'll go on all night, but this is the thing. I'm so excited for you because I just know that what God has for you is so big. And I know I say this all the time, Charlotte, you probably just want to be like, Coach, look, I'm tired of, look, when is it gonna happen? Okay, I'm tired of you talking about it. Like, when? She's like, yeah. Honey, look, I'm tired of it. But I just believe it. And I believe that God has to allow you to go through these growing pains. He has to allow it so you can develop into it, because he don't want you to be unprepared. He wants you to
Mm-hmm.
be fully prepared for the abundance that he's bringing into your life.
Yeah.
And I think that there's somebody else who needed to hear that as well, because we ain't really got into the fullness of who Sharla Webb is. And maybe we'll have to do another interview, a little bit
Yeah.
later
Yeah.
on to
Yeah.
kind of get into it. But this is the thing. I love how graceful you are in your growth process.
Thank you.
I love it. And I don't think I compliment you enough on that, but you are so graceful. You're so great. You're such a lady anyway. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you. Thank you. I try to be.
Look, I might look.
I
Look,
come
I
out the
saw that
box sometimes.
video of you. I saw that video of you where you were with the marching band and you were doing your majorette thing, but still, you know. But you've been so graceful through this whole growth process, and I love how our relationship and the bond that we have,
Mm-hmm.
um, how how coachable you are, because there are moments when we get on the call, and I'm like, Sharla, what we doing, right? And you were like, well, coach, but you're coachable, and you receive me and in love, and I'm so thankful for that. I really am. So that said, I want to ask you the question. I want you to share a little bit about your experience in coaching with me.
Oh
I'm
wow.
scared.
Don't be scared. And like I told you, how you explained in the beginning, you slid into my DM, and I told you that you put a whole new spin on sliding into somebody's DM nowadays. I'm like, what? But that was a prayer answered because I needed somebody that understood me because of the things that God has given me. And I can't just tell everybody or just anybody everything that God has given me to do because it's so great. And I hadn't always known it. But to answer your question, working with you has been phenomenal. It really has. And to have a woman of God who truly listens to God, who doesn't judge, who knows how to operate in love, you're firm. You get your message across. You always win the fight. You let me fight. You let me scream, shout, cry, whatever I have to do, and you wait for me to finish. You done yet? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. After I didn't went through all this, you let me do it. You let me do it, and I'm a better person because of that. I've learned a lot about myself. I learned that I am stronger than what I thought I was. Jesus. I'm learning myself, and sometimes I scare myself at who I see, some days because she's not familiar to me. Okay. And so I know the enemy is mad. And I think what I was trying to explain to you one day is that the devil, the reason why he fights me so hard is because he knows that when I really find out who I am, when I truly start walking into my greatness, he got a problem on his hands. He has a problem on his hands. Yes, and so when God unleashes me,
You said that. Look,
I did. I said it.
Mic. That's done.
I said it. I sure said it. He's gonna have a problem. He knows it. He knows it. And so Sunday before last, when I was at church, Apostle had told me that, I was a force on my own. And I'm understanding what that means. And so I know I'm not even gonna touch on that. No, that's for another day. But working with you has been amazing. I've learned a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about the things that I can do. I'm learning how stubborn I can be, have been, how bratty I can be sometimes and wanting my way, but you won't let me have my way. And I like that because I need somebody that can say, Sharla, no, you don't need that in your book. But I'm like, I want it. You're like, no, it's not necessary. So that helps me grow. Don't always give me what I want. So what I'm fighting for, I don't always I want what I want, but sometimes I want you to tell me no. Just don't give it to me. Let me suffer a little bit. Like
Oh wow.
And so, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. But like I said in the beginning, I'm afraid of you because you are going to make me be accountable. I have to be accountable. And I haven't always been. I've dropped the ball, but you haven't given up on me. You haven't given up on me. You're like, okay, well, you didn't do the work. So, all right.
There are always consequences, And
yes, ma'am.
And sometimes it's no need for me to apply any other consequence, because the moment in itself is a consequence, And so, when I won't let you give up on yourself, but there are moments when I'll say, okay, you know what? Hey, if you don't want to have it done by this deadline, then it's up to you. This is your
Right.
project, right?
Right.
And so I'm like, but I'm reminding you that this is your deadline. I didn't set it.
And
I'm
then that's the whipping right there. You just
I'm reminding you that this is what you said you wanted to do. This is what you said you were going to get done. And so there are moments when I have to help us recognize when we are doing ourselves a disservice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So, and we are so quick. If somebody else gave you that deadline, you get it done. But why is it that when we set our own deadlines, we shortchange ourselves?
I don't know.
We make excuses. And so it's just up to me. I'm guilty because I do the same thing. I've done the same thing. So it's up to us, to hold ourselves accountable and to be intentional, and to show up for ourselves.
And I'm learning how to do that. You are showing me how to do that. It's a process, but I'm learning how to show up for myself.
Yes.
I'm learning how to do so many things for myself.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't know how to do anything for myself, but as far as business is concerned, as far as writing the books are concerned, as far as speaking is concerned, being heard or being seen. I've been the type of person, I don't have to be seen. You're going to see me anyway when I walk past. You can't help but see me.
Yes, you are.
Okay. But now it's like, okay, I'm coming out slowly. But it was a struggle. It was a fight, but because I would like to just be quiet, here I am. But hey, I'm here. But
yeah. Good deal. Well, I love it. I appreciate you so much for sharing your experience. Let's before we go, share with the people what you got coming up next, honey, because you got some good stuff coming. So I know 2022 is going to be amazing. So just give us a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, of course, the cooking show. We're going to start recording the cooking show. Yes.
I got a sneak peek, so I'm excited. Like I love being y'all coach because I get a sneak peek into all this good stuff.
So now I know the flow of how I want the show to go. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to start doing that sometime in January, and I'm getting the song made, the jingle, all that. So that takes time. I just want it to be right and pleasing to God. I am also doing a co-author book with a group of speakers, and then I have I'll be speaking also in May of next year. I have a speaking engagement with that, and yes. And from the book, I don't want to say too much, but I'm going to build off of that book, Translucent, like I built off of the first cookbook, Cooking with Jesus. But 2022, I am really going to push myself. I have taken some time off Facebook for the month of December. People haven't really seen me because I had to get it together and talk to myself and let God tell me some things, and that you beat me up a little bit. So thank you, Marilyn. I have a lot coming up. I've written my vision. I've made it plain. I have everything mapped out. And so it's big. And like you said, God has something really great for me, something big. I'm trying to stay focused on that and let God do what he needs to do, because when he really gives it to me, I want to be able to receive it. I want to be ready. Yeah. And that's basically it without giving too much. I don't want to say too much. But just you'll see. And everything's not going to be on Facebook, but I'm doing some things in 2022.
Good deal. And Tiffany said, what channel is your show going to be on? Is this primarily going to be on social media? Are you going to do YouTube?
Yeah, it's going to be social media, YouTube, and Instagram, I think. And that for right now. until
Yeah.
something else happens.
Well, my thoughts about that something else. But anyway,
With social media for right
but
now, yes.
social media is where we're going to get started. But we know that God has a greater in mind for her. And social media is a great place to get started. I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, amazing people are found on social media, which is one of the reasons why I encourage you all to always just show up. You never know who's watching you. You never
Mm-hmm.
know who's going to share your information or see you and be inspired by you. People are always being tagged by Ellen and all these different people,
Right.
Steve Harvey and, Tyler Perry. People always shared information with them. So you just never know who's going to see you and who's going to put your name in rooms that you haven't even entered in. And
Right.
so I believe that that's what's going to happen for each and every one of you. I'm so grateful and thankful that I slid in your DMs and we
I'm
were
so
able to
happy too.
connect. And I have been tremendously blessed to divinely connect with you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have another sister in
You
Christ,
do. You
and
do.
I feel like I know you already, and I've never met you in person, but that's
Yes.
gonna happen in 2022. So
Oh,
we're
believe that.
yeah,
Believe that.
we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen. So that said, I appreciate you, Sharla. Thank you so
Thank
so
you.
much
You're welcome. I
for
appreciate
sharing with
you.
us. And you guys, when I get her the copy of her book, and you can go ahead and order your copy because it's gonna be
Yes.
it's hot off the presses on tomorrow. So go ahead and get
Yes.
your copy it. Go ahead and snag it. Go to BIYauthors.com. That's where you can purchase her book. And then also while you're here, go on over. If you're not her friend, connect with her over on her social media. Become her friend, follow her because I'm telling you, what she has is amazing. I love her cooking show. It's going to be amazing.
It
Amazing.
is.
And go ahead and get your book because she has some other things coming with it. So you want to go ahead and be prepared for that when she drops it, okay, in 2022. All right. All right, Charlotte. God bless you. God
God
keep you.
bless you.
I
I
love
love you too.
you. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
All right, you guys, I appreciate you guys so, so much for your time. Thank you for joining me this week as I featured and shared all of the amazing authors from my Authors Day View. I am so thankful and grateful to God for the honor and the privilege to connect with such amazing women of God. And y'all, I have other authors who are still finishing their book. I have an amazing man of God who's going to be launching his book in the spring of next year. And I have one other amazing author who's finishing her book. Just got the message earlier this week that she's finished. And so now we're going to be working on getting her book completed. And so I love the fact that I'm able to share this 5-step process with others. And I completed the 5-step process. I've shared it with others, and I believe that it's going to bless your life. If you believe that you have a book inside of you, I want to encourage you to go on over to my website. It's CandiceBWoods.com, and that's where you can get the details about the BIY Writers Lab coaching program. Just to give you a little bit of insight about the program, it is just a complete process where I take you and guide you through my 5-step process. Okay. So I'm going to help you plan. I'm going to help you write. I'm going to help you design. I'm going to help you publish and then promote your book. Okay. And so we go through that 5-step process. You have access to pre-recorded content on my online platform. You also have access to a community of believers who can wrap their arms around you and support you through this process. I have strategy sessions set up where we get together and we pray and we work on our books and we write and we plan and we just come together on a bi-weekly basis just to make sure that we get this book done. Okay. And then I also, for those of you who want access to one-on-one coaching with me, there's a VIP package that you can invest in where you get business strategy. I teach you how to be an authorpreneur. And so I help guide you through the process, the 5-step process, but then I also help you develop your vision for your book. What do you want to do when your book is completed? After your book is done, after it's written, after it's published, now what? Right now what? What am I going to do with it? What other streams of income can I create from this book? And so we talk about that. I talk to you and help you brand yourself. I talk to you and help you begin to get your marketing plan and to begin to apply strategies to your business. You're coming into this thing, for many of you, you're coming into this and you maybe haven't started a business. You're not familiar with business. So I want to help you with your mindset so that you can begin to shift your mindset from being a consumer or being an employee in a sense, and learn how to operate in business, but not just business the regular old way. We operate in kingdom business. Okay. And so we learn and I teach you how to apply kingdom principles to your business so that you can show up, so that you can believe and trust God for bigger, better, and greater for your life. And then you can begin to execute and take action and begin to operate in your purpose. Okay. And so that is what this program is about. The BIY Writers Lab is officially open for enrollment. I have roughly about 15, maybe 16 slots available for those of you who are ready to get started. I know it's Christmas. I know the holidays are going on. I ain't even going to really press you. But January is when we're going to get full throttle and we're going to be able to begin to fulfill this process and work diligently in this process. And so if you give me 6 months or less, I assure you that I'm going to help you birth this book. And so you just got to trust me and trust the process. I'm going to help you learn everything that you need to be successful as an authorpreneur. Okay. And so I didn't even touch on the fact that we have accountability sessions on a monthly basis where we come together to report in on what we're doing in our book. And not only that, but we also do what I call a visibility challenge, where I help you learn how to promote and market your book using social media as a tool in business instead of the everyday posting that we typically do. And so I'm going to help you again learn how to shift from a consumer to an entrepreneur when this process is over. And so I'm excited to have you. I'm already going to welcome so many of you into the group. I'm going to welcome you all because I know that you're coming, because I know that there's someone out there who has a desire to write a book. And maybe you've already started the book. Maybe you're like Sharla, who's already started your book and you're just finding it challenging to finish it. I can help you with that as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to my website, CandiceBWoods.com. You can go ahead and make your investment. But if you would like to go ahead and schedule a clarity call for me, and you feel like your situation may be a little different, maybe you're not fully clear that you'll need the whole program, I can customize a program for you that's going to benefit you and fit your needs. And so we just need to hop on a clarity call. So I'm going to drop the link to schedule your clarity call in the thread here. And this is the thing, you guys, please know and understand that if you are not serious, then I want you to hold off on making your investment. I only want to work with those who are serious about completing their books in 6 months or less, and really doing the work. Okay. And so thank you so much, Sharla. Sharla says you won't regret it. You won't regret it. And so I hope that you all have been blessed this week. Just to hear from these authors. I hope that you were blessed by their experiences and their life experiences and their testimonies. I hope that you will be blessed by their books and that you're going to invest in those books and put them in your library, or potentially purchase them as gifts for others. But most importantly, for those of you who have a desire to be an author, I want you to join me over in the Writers Lab. I assure you this will be one of the best investments that you will ever make, and I will help you get a return of your investment 2 and 3 times over if you just trust the process. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. I'll be seeing you all around, because I'm going to be doing a few more live streams between now and the end of the year, and definitely at the beginning of the year in 2022. And so I appreciate you all. Thank you all to all of the authors who I have been blessed to coach. Thank you all so much. I am so honored to know you and to be connected to you. I thank you all so much. All right. God bless you. God keep you to everyone. I pray that you all will have a blessed holiday season. Love on those who love you, right? And even those who don't, send them a little love too. All right. And so we all want to just be blessed and be grateful for what we have, and those that we have in our lives. And so again, Jesus is the reason for the season. I know that sounds a little cliche, but it's the truth. He is the reason for the season. So if you don't receive anything on Christmas Day, but if you just have a life, then I want you to be thankful for it, and to let God know that you're thankful. All right. I love you all. Have a fantastic evening. I appreciate you all for joining me, and we will see you next time. All right. God bless you. God keep you. See you later. Bye-bye.